Hello. For a number of years now I've been successfully growing store-bought potatoes, buying them at the store from the shop, storing them, chitting them, planting them, growing them, harvesting them. I've done it for a number of years. You may want to give it a go. I'm going to tell you how I do it, and I'm going to give you a little demonstration before I do that. And yeah, you may want to give it a go, but let me show you this first. These are some potatoes that I harvested at the back end of summer. They've been stored dry, just wrapped in a piece of tissue and in this plastic bag in the bottom of my fridge, where it's cold and it's dark and it's dry. Okay, let me just move this bag and these tissues. So as you can see, after how many months? 3, at least 3 months in the bottom of the fridge, there's no signs of growth in those potatoes. But these are the potatoes I'm going to be growing on. These are the potatoes I'm going to chit up next spring and plant. So I don't want them chitted now. We're at the beginning of autumn, and the last thing I want is chits in autumn, because they have to survive autumn and winter through to spring. They'll get broken off. I just do not want these potatoes to produce any chits until I'm ready for them to produce chits, and that's the back end of winter, early spring of next year. Right, let me pop these to the back and pop you some up that I harvested at the same time. I'm storing them in a similar manner, except that these have not been in the fridge. These have been stored in my garage. Okay. Can you see the chit? Let me move that tissue as well. Okay, now these chits aren't that big, but they are going to get bigger. Yeah, they're going to get bigger. And I just don't want them, look. I don't want those chits. I want these potatoes to be like these potatoes. And the way to achieve that is to keep them in a colder environment, like I've kept these in a colder environment. Okay, you with me on that? Yeah, of course you are. Right, let me get these off the table and I'll tell you about shop-bought potatoes. Okay, so use your imagination. We'll make these the shop-bought potatoes. Okay, the ones that haven't chitted. And you're going to buy these potatoes mid-winter, back end of winter. You don't need them any sooner than that, because you can't grow them. It's too cold, isn't it? It's too dark. You're going to grow them on in spring. So what I'm suggesting you do, if you want to give this a go, is to start purchasing different varieties of potatoes mid-winter, late winter. Eat most of them and set some aside. Okay, set some aside that are between, I don't know, golf ball and tennis ball size. Set them aside, make sure they're dry, wrap them in tissue, keep them in something in the bottom of your fridge, and they ain't going to chit. That cold should keep them suppressed. That dark, that dry should keep them suppressed. And that's good, because you don't want them to chit. You want them to chit probably at the beginning of spring. If you want them to chit any sooner than that, bring them out of the fridge. bring them into the warmth, bring them into the light. So in a nutshell, if you're going to grow store-bought potatoes, buy them mid-winter. Record what variety they are, make sure that they're dry, make sure there's no disease on them, strap them up in some tissue, put them in the bottom of your fridge and leave them there. You may want to check them from time to time, don't think anything will go wrong, and then in the spring of the year bring those potatoes out and chit them up. Then you're up and running. You're just waiting for the weather to pick up and you can plant them. You can plant them in buckets, you can plant them in bags, you can plant them in raised beds. And if you're worried that store-bought potatoes won't grow, hey, watch some of my videos growing store-bought potatoes. Watch anybody's video growing store-bought potatoes. Hey, it works. And bear in mind, there is a cost of living crisis here. You know, you're not looking to spend too much on your seed potatoes, and this is one way of doing it. Grow store-bought potatoes, grow shop-bought potatoes, and then once you've got them, keep some back. Don't eat them all, keep some back for the following year. That's what I'm doing with these guys. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that little chat we've just had. I hope it's beneficial. It certainly should be if you're a new gardener. If you're an experienced gardener, you're probably already doing this. You've probably worked this out for yourself. But if you're new to gardening, yeah, you maybe didn't know that store-bought potatoes will grow on, and you will see videos talking about chit suppressant, growth retardant. I've never experienced it. In all the years I've regrown store-bought potatoes, any potatoes that I've kept back, I've managed to produce chits, plant them, grow potatoes, harvest potatoes. Never had a failure. Yeah, and the evidence is there on my channel. Grow store-bought potatoes, grow shop-bought potatoes, whatever. Just search the channel and you'll see me harvesting these guys out of buckets, out of bags, out of a raised bed. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. Just a short one. This is Homegrown Veg signing out. Right, let's get these guys back in the fridge. Let's not hang about. I'll tell you what I've just spotted in the bottom of this bag. I'll show you it now. I've just spotted it. There we are. There we go. There's the variety. Swift. Always keep a marker of what you've actually put into store, because what will happen is you'll get the mother load, you'll say they were great and they taste lovely, I'll grow them again, and you will have forgot what they were. Put a ticket, as soon as you do this, put a ticket in the bag, and then you won't get mixed up, as I often do.